Hey, welcome to the No Drinks in the Booth podcast, back with another classic episode 23, the Track of the Year special. And as always, with me in the booth, Pavan Saki and Chris Watson, and myself, Wade Kadir, holding it down. Festive vibes. So how is everyone feeling? Chris?
I'm in like a 3-day food coma. I love Christmas. It's just the best thing ever. And shame that it's nearly over now. And then on to New Year's Eve, when we're reminded about the situation we're in. We can't go anywhere. None of us three can work as DJs. But you know what? I think there's still a bit of Christmas in the air. I don't know about you guys. What do you think?
Yeah. Nah, it's not. It's just not. Don't want to kill it completely, but you know.
Pav has just ended. Wait, did you feel that? Pav has just ended Christmas. Yeah. Did you feel that?
Yeah.
He just decided it was over.
Not for me, mate.
I mean, I'll be honest. My Christmas wasn't even that deep. Still, like, did my Christmas Eve link up at a more than if I was going to say a few bevies, and then realised it was a lot more than a few.
Of course.
Did the same Christmas. Actually didn't eat a lot this Christmas, you know. I can't lie. Normally, I'm there for a good hour and a half munching. I ate in like 20 minutes and then I was like, oh, well, I got a really important game on FIFA career mode, so I better go and play that. bit of Champions League quarter-final action. So I just went and did that, but smacked out the cheeky beef this year, which of course yours truly cooked. Didn't know this and now realised if you want stuff to taste better, just throw a shit ton of butter at it and it makes it nicer. Would recommend. Would just anything you want to cook, just be like, oh, this might taste like shit. Let me stick half a knob of fucking butter in it and it will absolutely make it taste better.
Throw butter at it or you put cheese on it. That's the two. They're the two things that just save things.
Yeah.
True.
It was just very good choices. But yeah, my Christmas is over, man. I'm going to the gym after we finish this.
Ooh, what's that?
Oh, that's
Tier 3 life.
But yeah,
is that
that's good
life?
for you. Yeah.
But Wade, how are you? That's the most important thing, mate.
That is true. It is the most important thing. Yeah, it is the most important thing. I'm great.
Don't suck his ass now.
I'm really good. Thanks for sucking my ass, Chris. I'm really good. Yeah, sick. Chris, that bond, thank you. Pav, that bond. See, vying for my attention. I love it. Yeah, I'm really good. I had a really
Oh no, Wade, you can fuck yourself now. Don't try and make out like we're the fucking begs.
Well, look, yous are the ones that always, how are you? Look, I'm great. I'm going to tell you how I am. I'm fantastic.
Yeah, but your hairline isn't. Huh? Who said that?
My hairline's been the same, mate. That's why I choose to shave this head.
Yeah. No one chooses to shave it.
No, I do. I've got hair. I could show you, but I'm not going to bother.
Look, Wade's got a girlfriend and you haven't, Pav. That's your mission for 2021. And mine.
My mission for... fucking what about you, Chris?
And I said and mine.
And I'd like to point out, I am older than both of yous, so you can take the piss out of it, but, my friend, it is coming for one, maybe both.
But you forget the key issue with that is it's only bad to be bold if you can see someone's bold. Hair covering, mate. Got this. Religion has covered me.
True. And I shave my head and I love doing it, so it works for me. I rock that bald look, mate. Full confidence.
It does kind of suit you still, can't lie. I can't even gas the thing that it actually does look all right on you.
Yeah, so, you know, it looks good on me, might not look good on you. Who knows? But back to my Christmas, because that's what the people want to hear, obviously. I had a really good Christmas. I'm going to tell you a little story about the lead up to my Christmas, because it was fucking mental and not in a good way.
Go on.
So... the day before Christmas Eve, I'm not going to give you loads of boring details about it, but basically
the night before Christmas.
Well, the day before Christmas Eve.
Story,
no,
singing it.
No, the day before Christmas Eve, me and my whole family had to get COVID tests because we'd all come in contact with someone that had tested positive for COVID. It's a long story how that all happened. It's actually really boring and not that glamorous, so I'm not going to explain that to it. So me, my mum, my sister, my stepdad and stepbrother all had to then get COVID tests. tried booking a test. Closest one was Gatwick, which isn't close to me. And then there was a like drive-through centre near me that had COVID tests where you could just go. So did it. We did the test. Not the most enjoyable experience.
It's not terrible though, is it? Like obviously I had a test 3 weeks ago and it wasn't horrible. I was like, yeah, it's not great for like 10 seconds, but
yeah, look, because I had to do it myself. Like,
yeah,
so
I did it myself as well.
The only thing I struggled with was when you put it in your throat.
Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah, but it's like 10 seconds, ain't it?
Yeah, not for me. Couldn't do that very well. But up my nose was fine. So shoved that up there, shoved it in my throat, or throat first, nose. Did the test. Me and my family all did the test. Get the results on Christmas. My mum got her results Christmas Eve, saying she was negative. Fantastic. And then Christmas, my stepbrother and stepdad both got their results come back negative. Great.
Okay.
Then my sister got hers come back inconclusive.
Oh, great.
And then mine come back negative on Christmas Day. And then I took my sister Boxing Day to get another test, and that come back finally as negative yesterday. But
it was bricking it.
Yes and no, because the person we come in contact with, we'd seen or like come in contact with them about like a week ago. So I think it would have been about 5 to 7 days. So realistically, none of us were showing symptoms. Yeah. So we was a little bit like, if we're not showing symptoms now, maybe we're okay, but we got the test to be safe.
Yeah. And it's one of those, you don't want to fuck Christmas because of one positive test either. Well, you can't even take too many chances like that, innit?
I'll be honest with you, if one of us had come back positive, then the rest of us would all have it because we all live in the same house. So if it was more likely my sister was going to come back negative, but it was just a mental run up to Christmas.
Bit of drama to finish the year. Luckily, we'll come back negative, which is great. I had a really good Christmas Day, made the most of it because I've just forgot about COVID. And even now, I'm not really thinking about it. It's there. We've got to be careful. Fingers crossed for the vaccines. Hopefully, life will come back to normal next year at some point.
So have you heard about this new vaccine that's come out?
The Oxford Moderna one.
No. So there is a COVID vaccine, but AstraZeneca are working on this new thing, and they said, oh, we're working on this new pill that will prevent you from contracting COVID for 6 to 12 months. And I was like, so it's basically just a shit vaccine. Because it just sounds like another vaccine that's just not that great. It's a bit like the fucking, like the pill, but for COVID. And I was like, well, why don't you just give everyone the vaccine, and then instead of this pill that will prevent you from contracting COVID, as opposed to the vaccine which will prevent you from contracting COVID. Like, I'm trying to work out the sort of, I understand the difference, but I was like, this sounds like a pretty big money making ploy here.
I think anything that can get us back to normal, some more vaccines, more pills, you know, I'm all down for it.
I know, but you know, the problem with that is like shit like MRSA, mate. MRSA is fucking us. And the other one, I was like, there's super gonorrhea now, mate. Pills aren't going to help us. Too many pills has been hurting us for too long.
Yeah, I'm just trying to cure COVID, Pav. If you want to get rid of your super gonorrhea, mate, I think you need to go someone else. Go see someone for that.
Obviously, you know, they tell you need to get in contact with everyone you've had any sexual relationship with. So, Chris, I'd get a test if I were you.
No, I didn't. Okay, all right, mate. I'll do it. Like, it was only one night, but it looks like we're paying for it now.
Yeah, we'll go for it. But yeah, like, it's one of them. I'm just like, do we really need to take this many pills for everything? I'm calling 100% bullshit. Big Pharma, if you're listening to this, which you're absolutely not, but if you are, thanks. Give us 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. Stop feeding us shit, man.
Also, I'd like to point out these views are Pav's views and not the views of the No Drinks in the Booth podcast. Thanks. Look, let's just get life back to normal. If it takes tablets, if it takes vaccines, you know, if we have to sacrifice Boris Johnson for it. Whatever we have to do.
If we have to sacrifice Boris, that is
Yeah, if we
something
have
I'm
to do
willing
anything,
to take.
let me think. What's the first thing that comes to my head? Sacrificing Boris Johnson.
Look,
I'll be honest. If I had to take one for the team, I'd sacrifice him for you guys.
What, Boris?
Yeah. I got you guys, man. Plus, Boris is a bit of a cunt anyway. Let's be honest.
He got us a Brexit deal, so that's some positive news.
Yeah, the same deal that Theresa May had, though.
I know, exactly. But
It's a bit awkward, Hefe.
The thing is, this is the Track of the Year special. We've just spoke COVID, Christmas, and Brexit, which are all fucking boring things besides the Christmas bit. So realistically, let's get into the Track of the Year stuff. And then we could talk about the whole of 2020, because there was 2 months at the beginning of the year, January and February, which
Even
were
March,
okay.
Even like that, those 2 weeks March. Oh, because I was about to say, I was like, actually, those 3 months were some, like in hindsight now, were some of the best months of my life. I had a great time Jan through March.
Yeah, so we had 3 months of normality. We've had the other 9 months of just mental chaos, but it is all worth talking about. So let's do Track of the Week, and then we can talk 2020 after that. Track of the Year, sorry. Well, it's Track of the Week this week, but it's Track of the Year in general.
Fair play.
Okay, so shall we start with our honourable mentions for Track of the Year?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I want to say that this was really hard for us to make, but in all reality, we all basically just looked at Spotify about 20 minutes before we started recording this.
And that is a great plug for our Spotify playlist, which you should check out. Available on Spotify, No Drinks in the Booth, and there's a YouTube playlist, No Drinks in the Booth. All the tracks we speak about today are actually on there because they're all from our playlists.
Yeah, so go and fucking do that.
Yeah.
Check it out. I was going to say, I want to say that it was hard for us to make, but it was hard for us to make in all the wrong reasons, because we were all trying to find songs to put in, because we were like basically just having, because this year has basically been 1 month extended. For me, anyway, this year's felt like it's not. This was not a 12-month year. That's not a thing. This was 1 month extended over a 9-month period, and so basically all music is just like splattered shit on a wall, and you've just got to find those little pieces of paint.
Look, I put together my top 5 and honourable mention quite easy. Chris had a little bit of.
We went, oh, Chris, what do you
friction
reckon?
with it.
Top 3 or top 5? And he went, struggling for 3, mate. And I was like, and we were like, well, you've given more than 3 5 out of 5, so maybe start there. And he was like, I can't think of 3, mate.
But now we've got a top 5 and an honourable mention.
Yeah.
So should we start with the honourable mentions, like we've said? Do you want me to go first, or
Go
do
on,
you...
mate.
Okay, I'm going to go honourable mention for Track of the Year this year is Feed the Fire, SG Lewis and Lucky Day. Fantastic track. SG Lewis is on that up this year. He got a Brothers Maklovich remix to the track, which I really, really like. The original is an absolute banger, and it literally just missed out on my top 5.
Yeah.
Just.
Just.
It was a fantastic track. I don't think I can say anything more about how good it is, but SG Lewis as an artist and producer has gone from obviously relatively unknown to having that sort of ascension up to being thrust into the spotlight. Fantastic producer.
Yeah.
Music is all top quality. So that is my honourable mention. Feed the Fire, SG Lewis and Lucky Day. Okay, should we go to you, Pav?
Oh, my one is a bit left. All of mine are slightly left field. My honourable mention, I was playing it a lot Jan through March, which was a great time in my life, and everyone else's, because you're allowed to go outside into the club. My honourable mention is Love Lockdown, the Nelson remake on DJ City Records. I love this song, and I've been hammering it for months.
Wait, I give up. I'm going to leave.
It reminds me of a time. I mean, Love Lockdown is already one of my favourite songs ever. It's obviously not as good as the original because Kanye is undefeated. Slightly defeated, but...
Pav, did that come out this year?
Yeah, it did. January 23rd.
Okay.
Fucking hell.
But did we review it on the podcast?
No.
But fuck the podcast. Loads of great music. All my favourite songs came out pre-pod, mate. We're just going to have to live with this.
So when I did that plug saying you can listen to all the tracks that we're talking about,
Yeah, because we can't add songs to the podcast, can we? Because then it's not track of the year, it's track of the last 2 months.
You were meant to choose your track of the year from the tracks we've reviewed this year on the podcast.
Podcast, yeah.
No, only one song. Actually, no, wait. 2 songs from podcasts have made it in. Because I'll be honest, all the best stuff came out Jan through March.
Okay,
because everyone actually gave a shit.
What we do is we just add Pav songs that he's not told us weren't on the podcast playlist.
They're all bait anyway. Like I'm a pop whore anyway. So
let's. Oh, okay, God. So what was it? The Nelson remake of Love Lockdown.
Sounds horrendous, but go on. Yeah.
what?
You know, you can just tell
You don't
from like a
like
track
it?
title that it could be just
I know.
clapped.
So-
And the Tom Boudin remix was a banger as well.
Oh, Tom Boone is sick, actually. Big up Tom Boone.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
maybe we'd add both of them. We'd add both to the playlist.
Okay. Chris, do you want to go next?
I'll go next then. I'll try and save it.
I feel like I've just lowered the tone of this podcast so
Pav,
much.
it is jokes.
Chris has had
wait,
enough.
You just got to write it down. It's Pav. Like, it's just funny.
Fucking.
Right. But yeah, fair one. Right. Pav,
Honourable
we respect
mention.
You for who you are, mate. We love you. Honourable mention has got to be, and I hope you remember this one, Hot Shot by Baklava or Baklava.
Baklava.
Yeah, that honourable mention because I thought that track was wicked, and I've listened to it quite
Banger.
a bit since we reviewed it, and she's popped up a few more times, and I'm like, oh, I respect that. She's like garage, but like with a bit of like just indie electronic. It's kind of cool what she's doing. She's going to be big next year. I can feel it if clubs open, but let's not get into it. Big shouts to Baklava. I hope that's how you say it. Hot Shot.
It is Baklava. Fantastic track. I really like her productions. I was listening to some of her stuff the other
Yeah,
week.
she's quality.
Really good. So that's the honourable mentions done. So now we can get into like the nitty gritty, which is the top 5 track of the year, and we've all got our own top 5. So it's just a case of who made what. Shall I go first?
Go on then.
Go on, mate. We'll keep going in the same order.
Okay, number 5 in my track of the year top 5 is by someone we all thought had a great year. Chris loves his album, and it's Jack Harlow with Tyler Hero. What a track. What a track. I put it in a load of mixes. I played it in a load of live streams. Jack Harlow with What's Poppin' was the breakout track for Jack, but Tyler Hero was the underrated king. That track was sick. The video was equally great. So Jack Harlow,
Fucking hell, you sound like Chris now.
the video was, but the track was better. Jack Harlow, Tyler Hero is my number 5. Pav?
Oh. Again, slightly left field.
I love the fact, sorry, that every time I say your name, you're like surprised. You're like, oh, it's me.
I'm just excited to be here, guys. I'll be honest. I had a sugar in my coffee as well. Wasn't great.
oh, great.
Oh, we don't have that when he has a coffee.
I know.
Lawsuits.
My number 5 track of the year is by an absolute legend of the game. It was Martin Solveig and Roy Woods, Juliet and Romeo. Again, because I rinsed the absolute shit out of this song, and I also played it quite a lot. And it was like da da da, da. Like it was just infectious.
Did we review this on
couldn't turn it off.
the podcast? Wait.
No,
We actually might. No, we didn't.
Okay.
Okay, I was gonna like semi try and back this, but yeah, that's not. I told you all the good stuff came. Let's be honest. Everything that came out post July was just kind of shit.
I think
Apart from a few gems.
all
There's
of mine
very few.
are after that, but yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Fight.
We'll see though, because I feel like yours might be very American heavy. Although now I've said this, you can look at your list and say, nope, Pav, you're chatting fucking shit.
Well, let's find out.
Well, Chris is next, so
Yeah. So we'll find out in the next round if I'm full of shit or not. But you can just listen to a few pods back and you'll probably work that out anyway.
Oh, I think they've worked out already, mate, to be honest, on this podcast.
We're here. We out here. Go on, Chris. Do you want to save this and like give you a track?
Right. Number 5 is Sonny Fodera and Ella Air, Wired. One that I first heard and I was like, this is cool. I love Sonny Fodera. Nice, poppier side of his remit. And yeah, I've been listening to this a lot. It's just really nice to listen to, like melodically really nice, just quality. So Wired, Sonny Fodera, Ella Air, number 5 in my track of the year.
Good choice. Good choice. Okay, let's move up. Number 4. My number 4 in track of the year is Duck Sauce, Mesmerise.
Ooh.
Yeah, I thought this one would be in
Loved
here
it.
somewhere. You love this track.
Yeah, loved this. Rinsed it. Video is literally like being on I don't take drugs, but I can only imagine an acid, cocaine, and maybe LSD trip.
And the rest of it.
So that's a big trip in one.
Mate, check the video out. It is mental. The song is really well made, but that's what I expect from Duck Sauce. 2 legends making absolute disco bangers, and I really liked it. It got rinsed. It felt like when Duck Sauce come out with Anyway, but fresh. So it didn't feel like they recycled the formula. It felt fresh. It felt new, but had like nostalgia. Really liked it. That's my number 4 in track of the year, Duck Sauce and Mesmerise. Pav?
My number 4 is a song that I think actually got really, really slept on this year because it came out at absolutely the most incorrect time, because it literally was out for 2 weeks, and then we got locked down. And that is AJ Tracey and H, Rain. Such a good song. And I remember it came out first week, and I was like, this is sick. And I was chatting to Chris, and Chris was like, yeah, this is sick. And you came to my gig that night. It was on a Thursday, like it'd come out the Friday before or whatever. And he was like we were both definitely fucked. And Chris was like, yo, just drop it, it'll be hard. And I was like, yeah, let's do that. Everyone will know it. I mean, because you do that thing now where you're like, if a song's been out for more than a day, like everyone knows it now, like if it's Drake and people like that. And we were like, yeah, this is going to be sick. And we dropped it, and like fucking like 2 people knew it, and it was like a full room. And but we were gassed. So it made everyone else sort of like sorry guys, you just don't know what's cool.
Exactly.
Because we were just jumping around with fucking Coronas in our hand.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, part of DJing is educating people. So you did that.
Yeah. And they got fucking schooled because they were just honestly, they were looking like I'd killed their firstborn or something.
And then they were like, how do we be as cool as those guys? Like, and it was sick. I remember that well. That was a good night. And I think you're so right in that it would have blown up if it wasn't for Corona. Like, it would have fully been like the banger, I think.
Because I'm going to Chris out on this one. The video was sick for this. Like, it was so weird because it was still just them two doing like that kind of standard performing the song. But like they had so many like little bits, like when they were like pouring the rain out the bucket and shit like that. Like it was just like the subtleties that worked for it.
Produced by Tay Keith, I think, as well, wasn't it?
Yep, Tay Keith production. Yeah. And the beat's disgusting. It's almost got that slight grimy feel. Sort of with the melody, like the progression, because it's very like sort of like it's like the same amount of notes you would kind of hear on a grime song, but obviously it's not. But it's still like it was like great half and half UK US collab.
Yeah, very impressive.
And that's what's number 4.
Nice,
Chris. This is where we come to you. Yeah.
Chris, this is where, you know, like when I stop talking, you go, "Oh well, my top 4, number 4 is," and yeah. So then we continue this pod cycle without saying, "Oh, Pav, what do you think? Oh, Chris, what do you think? Oh, Wade, what do you think?"
Number 4, I've actually got. It's already been said. It's got to be Tyler Hero, Jack Harlow. That's got to be my number 4. But I'll use this moment to shout out the entire album, because I've actually fully listened to that whole album a few times, and I've said best rap album I've heard since 2014, I reckon.
Hang on.
Or was it 2016? Gone.
So when I said, "Oh, we could do an album of the year as well," and you went, "No, I ain't listened to any good albums."
Can I be honest with you? I've listened to so much music, don't get me wrong, like loads and loads of music this year, more so than what I normally would have done because of the time inside. But I swear to you, I've only listened really to one album, and that is Jack Harlow's, because I think all the other music I've consumed has just been through singles and...
You couldn't listen to that much music, because we said, "Can you make a top 3?" And you were like, "I'm not sure," about half an hour ago.
Top 3 in the podcast playlist, which, so I've done it properly. Obviously, you know, if you can just pick any.
Sorry, I never realised we were doing this as podcast playlist. Okay, no one said anything.
Well, we did spend 10 minutes before we started the podcast looking through the
Oh no, I was looking at my
Spotify.
I was looking at my Spotify Wrapped. You can fuck the playlist.
Oh, okay. I mean, that does
But
make
please listen to it, guys. Have a look at it. It's on Spotify. No drinks in the booth. You know what to do.
Yeah, please listen to it. Yeah.
sense. So yeah, big shouts to Jack Harlow.
Yeah, Wade spends a whole like 10 minutes making it, so you should really listen to it.
That is not true. It actually takes me ages making it because I have to go through all the new releases of the week every week.
That's also true. It takes him a good hour to make it, so like fucking appreciate it, you know.
It really does.
Go to it.
And that's why when you go in the reviews, it's a lot of shit this week. I think, no, you should listen to what I listened to. That was a lot of shit.
You should have heard what didn't make the cut.
Yeah, very true. Okay, let's keep moving. Number 3 in the track of the year. Mine is Internet Money and Lemonade. This blew up. TikTok.
Ooh.
If a club was open, it would have banged. It was hard. It was hard.
Good track.
Everything about it. It went viral. It got major commercial radio play with its radio edit, which weren't as good. But how could this not make a top 5? In my opinion, it's solid. Sorry, go on, Pav.
I was going to say, it was probably a few songs ahead of it. That's how it's not going to make it. You are right. The radio edit is a little bit annoying. Because it's like, got the juice, coding gum. But it's just like, got the juice.
Yeah, just the instrumental.
It's like, oh, what
Like
Stormzy
the hook,
track was I listening
Like
to
the
this
hook
year?
that just makes the track. It's just not there.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic.
No.
There was a Stormzy track this year. I can't remember what it was. And they literally just like hot, and it's Stormzy as well, who's like a very radio friendly person. And like just half the song is muted, and I was like, just don't play it. Like, what's the point? Like, you've literally taken like, even with like stuff like Lemonade, it's like obviously get, if the artists like need the P's and that, yeah, whatever. But like, you've taken out like half the tune. And I feel like the people that do the radio edits don't listen to him properly, because if you remember Fetty Wap, like all of his songs, but 679, the amount that he talks about guns in that song is unreal, and that song did not get one censorship.
Yeah, true.
But I swear, if he sung that in a London accent, bro, I think they would just play the instrumental, you know. It would get that deep.
Your number 3, please, Pav.
Yeah, I was just getting into it. My number 3 might surprise you guys, might not surprise you guys.
Is it on the playlist?
I think this one actually is, you know.
Oh, Jesus Christ, fucking miracles happen.
This is early podcast, guys. This is like old. In fact, I don't think it's on the playlist, because I think we reviewed it before the playlist was a thing.
Oh,
This might be a possibility.
what is it?
But we absolutely did definitely do this track. It's one of my favourite songs. It ticks all the right boxes. You guys know I love it. You guys at home listening know that I love it. The one and only Ray, Natalie Don't. We're here, baby. Number 3.
There we go. I thought you were going to say Be Young there for a second. I was like, what?
Yeah, so did I. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
He's not even in my top 3 most hated artists, because I don't want to give him that much credit.
Jesus.
Oh, you cracked me up. Oh my God. Pav, you need to sort this out, mate. Like this irrational hate. You know, it's just not needed.
It's not irrational. He just wasn't a very nice person the 3 times I met him in the same week. Like, you know, like if you do, like, you guys might have had this where like just by chance, like it's the same artist or DJ or someone is doing like the rounds in your area, and you happen to be like the DJ at all of those venues.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to me. And I was like, well, you were just a bit of a knob all 3 times. Like, once I can be like, oh, you just weren't having a great day. And one of them, granted, was in Coventry, so I can understand why you felt aggrieved. But, like, I was like, yo, like,
oh, I love it.
Fucking
I love it.
calm yourself down a little bit, innit? Like,
I love it. Right. Okay, so that was your number 3. wasn't it?
That is my number 3. Chris, what's your number 3, mate? I'll lead you in.
My number 3, eh? My number 3. Okay, my number 3 is going to be Stefflon Don, Can't Let You Go. Now, I don't know if you guys remember this track. Do you?
Is this that one that Wade left out of the podcast, out of the playlist, and then I didn't review it?
I don't know.
Only you will know that because might be.
Anyway,
I feel like that's the one.
This track,
because I can't remember any of the Stefflon Don ones.
I'd like to quickly point out as well, all them tracks that you mentioned, Pav, that weren't in the playlist now are, because I'm doing it on the fly.
Oh, you doing it right now? I mean, you could do it later. This ain't going out until tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm still doing it.
Or now, if you're listening, we're out.
Yeah. Sorry, Chris, carry on.
Yeah, well, you were a big fan of this record as well, weren't you? Wade, Can't Let You Go, Stefflon Don.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's not. I've seen that the numbers aren't crazy, which I think is like it should have more numbers. But yeah, so the production on this is produced by Ebenezer. I'm sure you guys know. Unreal. And yeah, just lyrically, I know I talk about the video all the time. It's just the whole thing was just wicked. But especially, obviously, you know, I'm going to back this. The production was just ridiculous on this beat. So underrated tune as well as my number 3, Can't Let You Go, Stefflon Don.
I definitely think if the clubs were open, it would have banged.
Yeah, I don't know, because it's maybe it's like because it's just a very, I find it a very, for me personally, like a very like soothing track, and it's not really like a turn up track. Like it's not.
No,
I don't
but
know if it's like a club track.
That's what I'm saying. You imagine playing that near end of the night in that little slower R&B hip hoppy set.
Kind of thing,
yeah. Bit like was it Mabel? It was the Mabel track.
Finders Keepers.
Bit like Finders Keepers. Weren't a turn up track. You play it, everyone went mental. Okay, now we're getting into the top 2. This is 1 and 2. This is like vying for that top spot.
The real
for track of the year.
The realness.
Yeah. This is getting deep.
Okay.
I bet Pav's is going to be like low Flow Rider or something, just because it's Pav.
No, it's Madcon Bacon.
Yeah,
I was about to say that.
Well, we know that's your favourite track, mate. Some
of us have got taste.
Okay. Right.
Okay. Okay. So let me get into this is number 2 in that top 5 for the track of the year. I went with Drake and Little Durk, Laugh Now, Cry Later.
Ooh.
No one can argue this was not a banger.
Argue.
You can't. You can't. The instrumental,
I'd
sick.
not.
The track, hard. Little Durk's verse, hard. Took a pop at 6ix9ine. It ticked every box on my list that a song needs to have.
And he did it at Nike HQ.
And he did it at Nike HQ in Portland, Oregon. Thank you very much. My number 2 in track of the year, Laugh Now, Cry Later. Drake featuring Little Durk. Pav.
But obviously not enough to get the top spot, so he could have done a little bit better.
Could have, but...
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Exactly.
My number 2 is... It was a big tune, actually, and again, would have been so much bigger if clubs were open. But it was just a great track, and it's one of those tracks that, like, with the playlist stuff, like with the releases, I might listen to tunes for 2-3 weeks, and then I'll just sort of go past them. They don't really stick. This song's really stuck for me, and it is Torren Foot and Tiny Temper, More Life. Really, really like this tune. Like the Rump Shaker sample. Tiny Temper's bars, like they hit perfect, and they've made the song in such a way. There's a lot of like hip hop R&B like heads that don't like house music. This is the exception to the rule, because when I jump into a car with my mates and like they're like, oh yeah, plug the aux in, mate, you're the DJ, and then I play this song, they're like, oh, I shouldn't have liked this, but I do like it because it's just that good of a song. So yeah, text my number 2 spot.
Good choice.
Number 2. Laugh Now, Cry Later. Drake, Lil Durk.
Smashed it.
Smashed it. I have to agree with you on that one. That's why I can't argue with you. Loved it. I mean, just great all round. So catchy. Like, it's just an addictive listen. It just sonically hit perfectly, and everything else you said. So Drake, Lil Durk, Laugh Now, Cry Later. Number 2.
Oh, now we get to the gold medal.
It is actually the track of the year.
Yeah, the Grammy, the pinnacle, the top spot in track of the year. I hope everyone's got good ones, and hope this is
thrilling.
He's like, I know I've got a good one, but these two are full of shit, so theirs might be a bit shit.
No. The whole year has come down to this moment. And this has been a weird year. I think everyone agrees with that in loads of ways. This track, the reason it is my track of the year, 1, it's a new collaboration, which is great. 2, it's disco-y. It's really feel good. It's got a positive vibe to it. I could listen to it over and over and over. And it is the Brothers Maklovich with Give Love to Get Some. What? I love it. Do you know what? It's crazy. I know this is going to sound ridiculous. Because I know about the Brothers Maklovich, I'm like, I agree with that. That's wicked.
Is that in the playlist?
Is that in the playlist? Did we review that? This track?
Yes, we did.
Did we?
When did we review it?
Pav, I don't know the week exactly.
I'm not saying I'll give you an episode. Is it pre-playlist or post-playlist?
It's in the playlist. I know that.
What's the song
Big
called?
Up the Brothers Maklovich.
I've not heard it.
Give Love to Get Some by the Brothers Maklovich, featuring 11. Can't remember the.
Yeah, it's not in here.
Well, it's going to be there.
It's going to be at the top. It's going to have its own playlist. It's going to be the only one in the playlist.
Yeah.
To build some suspense, just to build suspense for the listeners, my track of the year has already been said by one of you on already.
Oh shit!
I know.
Oh, it's going to be. Can I put a bet in pre?
It might ruin it though if you say it, and then it might not shock the listeners.
Because I think I know what it is, but I don't think you've said it, unless I've just not been listening.
Well, I've not said it, but one of you have said it.
Can I message you? I'm going to message you in the group. Yeah. And if
you can't say it because it will ruin the suspense for the listeners. And like, I'm trying to build anticipation. They're thinking, what could it be? Oh my god! They're now like scrolling back through the podcast, thinking, oh my god.
You want to have a look on the group? Am I right?
Okay.
I think I'm right.
Yeah. You're right.
Oh,
he's got it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
He's got it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
He's got it.
Kobe.
But yeah, and that's all to come. Pav, your track of the year.
My track of the year.
Sorry, my one is definitely in the playlist because I've just put it in there. So there you go.
The Brothers Maklovich. Give Some to Get
Give
Some.
Love. Yeah, featuring Levin Kelly.
Host Wake Adair's track of the year. It's official.
Yep.
Go and listen and grab that record.
Locked in.
I'll be honest, I don't remember the tune, so. But I assume it's good.
Well, it's the right way because
it's
Pav's
Brothers
track of the year is
Maklovich.
probably going to be like Nicki Minaj Starships or something. Like that's what it's going to be.
I was going to say.
They were meant to fly, in fairness.
Super bass.
Yeah, something like that.
I did actually download some
Or
great
like
Nicki Minaj
Tiny
remixes
Temper or
this
something.
year.
No, fucking hell. Okay, let's get back to this year's track of the year, not 2011's.
My track of the year this year is Diamond Rings Chipmunk. And I'm joking.
I was going to say, it is still 2011 for Pav.
Yeah.
Every year's 2011's just like the new iteration. My track of the year, it was my most played song on Spotify. It did well, came out early in the year. It was a good collab. It's for an artist who's like really, two artists that are really, really on the up, and both I really, really like. Both very versatile artists. My track of the year is AJ Tracey and Mabel West End.
I back that. That's a good choice.
Solid very,
choice.
very, very solid record. It was literally my most played song on Spotify by a country mile.
Respect that.
And it just sounds really good. I think Conductor's on the production as well.
Production is Fred again, and
Fred again.
On a Day Trip, which is who produced Mo Bamba as well, which is just fantastic. I love that fact.
Great production. Sounds really, really good, clean. It's got that garage feel without trying to make it sound like anything Sweet Female Attitude came out with, which is great. Because I love a bit of diversity and a bit of garage, because it just means that you're not like, oh yeah, well we heard Craig David, so let's just make that again. That's not happened. The bars are hard. Mabel's vocals are hard, although apparently Georgia Smith was meant to be on that song. Might live to regret that, but
Yeah, that track
came after Ladbroke Grove. It was a great time in my life, and I played it a lot. And now we've been locked down 7.0, whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I back that. I've listened to that record a lot, actually. Really enjoying it. Good track. Did that come out this year?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
We reviewed it.
I checked all of them before we.
Yeah. No, I thought you did. It's just one of those ones where you're like, did it come out? I thought it might have come out last winter, maybe, or something.
It feels like it came out so long
It
ago
does, yeah.
because you'd be like, oh, well, I would have played it. Oh, no, I wouldn't have.
No. Yeah. Big shout that. I agree with that. That would be like my second honourable mention, to be fair. That's a good track. My track of the year, it's already been said by one of you.
And I guessed it.
Pav has guessed it. Drum roll. Wade probably knows what it is as well.
Yeah, I do.
It is Feed the Fire, SG Lewis and Lucky Day. It's different. It's like, for me, it hit exactly what I kind of wanted to hear when the track came out. Like, it was just exactly what was just perfect to like what my ears wanted to hear at that moment. And I'm very much, I love records that do really well, that are kind of different. And it got shared on, I think, Kylie Jenner's story. Like, she shared it, which is pretty crazy. Just a lad from Reading making music shared on Kylie Jenner's story. Like, you're making cool stuff when that stuff like that happens. As basic as it is, like, you're making cool stuff when it happens. So yeah, buzzing for the album next year from SG Lewis, and new forward thinking music. Love it. Feed the Fire, SG Lewis track of the year.
Okay, so I went with the Brothers Maklovich, Give Love to Get Some, featuring Levin Kelly for my track of the year. Pav went with AJ Tracy and Mabel for West 10 for his track of the year. And Chris went with SG Lewis and Lucky Day Feed the Fire for his track of the year. I think they're all three solid tracks of the year from us.
Yeah, good choices. And
and no one said Savage Love, so that was a help.
They all are dance tinged in some way, whether it's disco or garage or what. So does that say how big we are into dance music or how much we miss clubs?
No, just hip hop R&B just wasn't that great this year. A lot of it's club music, and it wasn't as good as because with the dance stuff they just don't stop anyway, because they got so many releases. Like, there's so many like little niche labels for like one like progressive tech house or some weird shit. Like, there's a little label for everything, and they just really don't stop releasing music ever. Whereas I think with hip hop stuff, it's not quite the same anymore. Like, it's got to be like, there needs to be a lot of people. A lot of it's clubby. So I feel like a lot of people held releases.
No, I disagree. I think it was a good year for hip hop, and
it was a good year still. But I feel like there's a lot, like there's songs that we've not mentioned that were still great dance songs. Like was it Armand Van Helden, Step It Up, stuff like that was still just getting released, and that's like a solid record. And we've not even, like, no one even said it, which just, I think, more goes to show, like, stuff that came out was that good. DJ Zinc, Out of Control, great record that came out this year, and they're all coming out lockdown as well, most of this. If we look at, like, the reviews, I'm just looking through now, a large quantity of it is dance, mainly because we try and get to a certain number of releases, but also I just think there wasn't there wasn't 15 UK hip hop records coming out a week where normally there kind of is. Yeah. I think it's coming back though.
Yeah, American hip hop I think had a really solid year. Yeah, UK I agree with you, but America in terms of their music,
America did have a good year,
really good year. So I don't know. Right. We can agree to disagree on some stuff.
Do you want to play another game here? Because I feel like I've just, after seeing a song on here, I feel like we should play one more game.
Which is
what was your least favorite release of this year, or the release that disappointed you the most?
Oh, that's a good one.
There's a great one in it.
I don't know what it is off the top of my head. I can quickly glance at the playlist.
I can tell you mine, and I think you know what? I'm going to speak for the whole of the podcast.
Oh God!
When I say this is hands down not only the worst release of this year, but a complete bastardization of a classic. The worst release of this year is 6ix9ine Locked Up Part 2. Facts.
Do you know what? I don't like being negative about artists because, you know, I'm all about positivity, love, peace, all that stuff. But, yeah, no, I really did not like any of the 6ix9ine stuff that come out. The album, the Tattletales album was shit. Like, to be frank, it did really disappointing sales. Wasn't for me. There's huge 6ix9ine fans, though.
Yeah, you can't. 6ix9ine is a tricky one. I think the thing is, if you it's been a while since we talked about 6ix9ine, actually, hasn't it? But it's like,
thank God.
Yeah, but it's kind of, I do find it very entertaining how he says, he's actually very right in when he says, you know, people talk about him, and you can't not talk about him, and that's what he wants. Like it's an impossible situation. Like he's just kind of, in that sense, he's kind of just cracked it because he just knows what he needs to do to be talked about. So
I kind of disagree though, because it worked before because he was getting sales. Now he's not getting sales. So
yeah, the album did like really,
or streams didn't do well, but that's because all these places were like shadow banning him, like Billboard and people like that.
I think the problem is with like, he's polarizing. You love him, you hate him. I think the problem was, and you can agree or disagree, I think, was that his marketing, top level, super smart, knew what he was doing. His music was just not as good, which that was the problem. So
it was all throwaway, which was a big problem.
Yeah.
It was all like quite samey, and everyone was like, okay, now we've got a reason not to like you.
Yeah.
And now we're like before everyone was like there was like proper like hip hoppy people that are like drill fans and people like that were like, oh yeah, 6ix9ine's pretty good though, and it was almost like a guilty pleasure. Whereas now they're like, oh, like there was I feel like a lot of his fan base, especially UK anyway, I don't know too much US, but UK anyway, a lot of his fan base was that market. Like he wasn't that mainstream. Like I play a lot of hip hop, R&B mainstream, you know, it's like very pop style. And you'd play like one, maybe two of his tracks max. Like, but those other sort of, what's the word? Like more dedicated hip hop R&B nights were playing a lot more of his stuff. By ratting, he like eliminated that whole market for himself.
Yeah, that, and I think like, the problem is, people talk about like mumble rap and all these different styles of rap, like Migos cornered the market with the way they rap, and you know there's like the way Big Sean raps is very different to that, all these things. 6ix9ine raps, he has like shouty rap, then he does some like Latin tunes where he's like singing, and then he has sort of like his whispery singy rap song stuff that he does. But the problem was every song that he did shouty sounded the same, every Latin song sounded the same, and every like that whispery R&B sort of one he did sounded the same. So like they were throwaway. Look, 6ix9ine's polarizing. I think I can say his marketing is extremely clever. His music just doesn't live up to how good the marketing is.
Like that Snoop Dogg video that he made when he was talking about Snoop Dogg being a rat. Do you remember what? Have you seen that? You must have seen that.
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, it was Suge Knight and Snoop, and they were talking about how like Snoop's like some inside informer for the police or some shit like that, and it was just like marketing genius. Like the marketing is top level, and actually, if his music was maybe like 20% better, he actually could have got away with it genuinely. But it wasn't, so he didn't. Unlucky.
What a year though! 6ix9ine sort of. 6ix9ine getting let out of prison, having A1 marketing, and then his album was just disappointing, including sales.
Who had a worse year this year?
The more.
Because the other person I'm about to say equally started off this year very, very, very strong, and then took a massive L.
Is it a
Tory
musician?
Lanez.
It is Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez fell like a Yannan down the stairs, mate.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's actually a shame because he messed that up for himself.
He really, honestly, I really, really didn't like Tory Lanez. Like, not that long ago, I was like, oh, he's just one of these auto-tune cunts anyway. He's just fucking travelling around with his fucking vocoder, and he's banging a bit of Melodyne on this and a bit of Antares on that, and I was like, it's dead. And then I saw him at Drake, and I was like, oh my God, this motherfucker can sing? Like, he's actually genuine. Like, he did like a 15-minute version of Love, because he started going acoustic because he's got his keys player and his guitarist. And I was like, this is really, really good. And then when I listened to his music, I wasn't like, oh yeah, this is auto-tuned as fuck. He's the same as all these other 20 rappers. I was like, no, he sounds like that, so it's good. Like, I like him.
Yeah.
And he won over a lot of, what's the word? Casual fans.
Yeah, because the one thing I'd say is Tory Lanez was very big in terms of his actual fans and marketing, and like he had a dedicated fan base before COVID and sort of 2020. So because I'd been playing Tory Lanez for a few years. Tory Lanez was like well known, I'd say, in like a cooler crowd, in either that hip hop R&B crowd or a crowd that knows their music. They know Tory Lanez. He won commercial mainstream fans this year, and lost them.
That's the thing. Like, he had that. He I think especially in the UK, we're very quick to jump on good US artists. Like, we've been listening to French Montana for like 8-10 years. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we're a little bit ahead of the curve like that, I think, a lot of the time, especially with adopting US rappers and, well, Canadian, same thing. Same with Pop Smoke. Like, we was early on Pop Smoke.
Well, why don't we, because we're sort of going around in a circle now, why don't we talk about some of the stuff that's happened this year, and then we can sort of rattle off our thoughts and opinions on it?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
Chris, unless you want to add something, Chris, can you be a bit quiet?
No.
You both have to agree or disagree.
On to what?
No, look.
What?
No, look, you have to agree you want to do what I just said, or you don't.
Yeah. Sorry, do you know why I paused? Is because I was like, that's what we've been doing in the podcast all year. I'm like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Right. What are we going to? I mean, do we have to talk about COVID though? Do we have to talk about COVID?
No. This is what I'm saying. We're going around in a circle about US and UK rappers and stuff like that, which is great. Topic.
I mean, no one answered my fucking question. Who took the bigger L?
What? Tory Lanez or 6ix9ine? 6ix9ine.
Yeah. Do you reckon? I think it's Tory, you know.
Yeah, but Tory Lanez is still putting out music successfully. 6ix9ine isn't.
Is he? His last album did less numbers.
I did say. I actually
6ix9ine's.
said this. I actually think on the podcast at the time, but it's the thing with Tory Lanez, and I actually think this is fundamentally wrong, but I called it anyway, and that's that because even though he basically shot his girlfriend, like, that should have been game over. But I said this, it wasn't Gary Barlow that shot his girlfriend's foot. It's Tory Lanez. So people just forget about it because it's like, oh, it's Tory Lanez. And
it's part of his image.
Part of his image,
almost.
which is just wrong, I think. That's so wrong. But,
yeah,
you know, I said this. And so, yeah, that's why I don't think Tory took a bigger L than 6ix9ine.
And he did Quarantine Radio. And let's be honest, that took up a lot of evenings.
Yeah. That's my point.
Still, he was capable of shooting his girlfriend, which is just wrong. But there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's capable.
Well, I hope you're not, mate.
we have better sense of mind.
With that, and none of us have guns. There you go. So,
I'll talk to you guys off pod.
yeah, because a lot happened this year that wasn't COVID related. Like, think about it. So we had Pop Smoke die, which isn't cheery. Donald Trump got.
I was going to say, from one depressing thing to another.
No, Pop's the thing that happened with Pop Smoke, and then his album come out, which was an amazing album. Donald Trump getting voted out of the White House and then saying, no, I'm staying. That's all that happened this year, and will sort of be part of 2021 when he leaves the White House. You know, we all learned to stream, which none of us were doing pre-2020.
Yeah, live stream was a weird time in life.
Yeah. Like, there was a lot of stuff, a lot of good music come out of it, a lot of bad music come out of it, a lot of just crazy shit. Like, does anyone remember March when you could only leave your house to go for a walk?
Yeah, vaguely.
I was still out here, man.
You what?
I said I was still out here because you know what? We learned this year that actually we think that people like government and people in power have our best interests in heart, and I think for the first time in a long time, everybody learned maybe that's not quite true.
Plus,
In such a sad way.
Plus, Netflix had it fucking off. I'm not being funny. Anyone watch Tiger King?
Netflix did so well this year. At one point, they were using so much bandwidth that they physically couldn't extend anymore.
Yeah.
They started streaming in 480p in Europe.
Yeah.
That was a thing at one point.
We had Tiger King. We had The Last Dance.
The Last Dance was banging.
This is what I'm saying. There's a lot of stuff that come out this year that gets overshadowed by COVID.
The Last Dance like reignited my love for basketball.
Well, there you go. We had this is more for me and not used, but we had the NBA bubble where that
was good. That was good.
All the teams, or I think it was 22 of the teams or 20 of the teams, played in Orlando at Walt Disney World. They created a safe bubble for them. The NBA season's obviously back on now in their own arenas, but the actual NBA season continued. We had so much mental stuff, and a lot of it was good, but people adapted, people overcame. It's a very weird year, but there was some real positives in it, I think. A lot happened, and
just
go on.
Yeah, I think I was gonna say I think just a lot happened, but it's really, I think normally obviously you can pinpoint one great thing that happened every month. So much of this year is basically just a mush.
Yeah, it's a blur.
Proper blur. It's like basically the whole year is, you know, that like today. So like today we record on a Monday. This is the 27th to the 30th. Everyone has that thing 27th to 30th where it just feels like a Sunday every year. This has been going on since March.
Well, yeah, and look, there was things that obviously, like Chris, like even for you, like your music production stuff that you've been doing, would you have focused on that as much if all this stuff didn't happen? I couldn't imagine so, just because of time.
Not as heavily. I mean, it was kind of really realistically 20% of things, and now it's, well, right now it's like 80% of things. Like, you know, it's I guess that's 2020, isn't it? Like people. You have to do different things, don't you? This podcast is one.
Exactly.
And there you go.
Life, baby.
We had that. We started the What's Your Order segment. We did the Tales from the DJ booth segment, but we realised we can't sustain it because none of us are DJing. But
and also Pav will get us cancelled.
Pav would get us absolutely fucked. Yeah, but the What's Your Order thing is safe.
I'm going to get you guys cancelled or signed, and
no.
We just have to hope that it's the latter.
You're going to get us signed and then cancelled.
Then cancelled, yeah, pretty much.
As long as they give us a check first, it don't really matter, let's be honest.
We can cash that shit and run.
Yeah. Look, started the shit with nothing.
Look, I'm not being funny. It's been a mental year, but like, I'm not being funny. We started a podcast, we speak about music, we talk about Brexit, politics, COVID, fucking kick drums, what Pav orders from KFC, why Chris is so middle class.
I had KFC last night as well.
I'm getting KFC today, by the way.
Vegetable biryanis.
Yeah, vegetable biryani.
Oh my God, listen, the vegetable biryani, even with COVID, still might be the worst thing that happened this year. Genuinely. And I'm like, you guys think I'm like half joking? I'm absolutely not.
Yeah, I know you're not, mate. I know you're not.
It's so poor.
I think
because you know what
lovely.
You know what the problem is with the vegetable biryani? It's just vegetables and rice. That's just rice.
Yeah, but with seasoning, and you get the curry sauce.
Yeah,
and you get also a large portion of good vibes. It's just the way to do it.
Large portion of good vibes.
Yeah, but if you're Indian, everything's seasoned. Like I actually can't tell you how much salt and pepper we go through in this house. It's unreal.
Can't tell you how much turmeric we go through in this house,
mate. Honestly, like there's a whole section of my store cupboard that is just set for, like, we have more spices in our store cupboard than I do tins of beans, put it that way.
Same.
I respect that.
Same. So in terms of what's happened this year, I and this podcast, my favourite segment has been What's Your Order? Easily.
I think that's just everyone's, and it's
that's
just
good.
Oh God, it's such a good one.
And I think going into 2021, we've got a few more of those in the tank, right?
Oh, we're fucking milking for all they're worth because I love doing them.
I can't think of any right now.
Mate, I'll be honest, that at this rate, we're going to be doing, what was your favourite school dinner?
I can name that right now if you want. But yeah, true.
Oh, school dinners. That's a good one, actually. That's actually a funny one.
That's a banger. Everyone knows it was Fridays, pizza and chips, mate. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we should do that, though, on an episode.
And a bit of chocolate concrete, mate.
Oh, I didn't have that,
custard.
Okay, well, we'll save that for another podcast. But speaking of the wash your order stuff, did everyone's Christmas dinner go to plan? Because we said what we was going to have. Pav, you weren't actually here for it. Well, you was, but it didn't work. And then you wasn't for the retake, yeah. But did everyone's go to plan? Because we spoke about them, so I want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had a bacon sandwich in the morning.
Oh, Bucks Fizz?
I did not try it because it looked grim.
Oh, mate, what do you mean it looks grim? It's orange. It looks like orange juice.
The thing is, when I said I had Bucks Fizz, which was, I did have a lot of on Christmas Day, delightful.
Same.
When I first said it, Pav, you were like, whoa, Chris, middle class, whatever. And then you were like, oh, I actually do drink it, and took a photo of it. And like, oh, I love this.
No,
and then you actually drank it, and then he said he didn't like it. And I was horrified. Pav, I was trying to be friendly on Christmas Day, but I was like, do you know what? You're wrong. I was like, I had to say, I'm sorry. I know you haven't. I didn't even try it, but you're wrong.
I couldn't bring myself to try it.
Look, oh mate, it's lovely. Look, I was drinking Bucks. Look,
Pav,
I can only speak.
Mate. It's like.
Yeah, you would.
Do you know what? I'll describe.
Sorry,
Bucks
you're
Fizz.
saying this. Sorry, because you're saying this like, oh yeah, Pav, you'd love it. To the guy that drinks neat whiskey on a regular and almost exclusively. But oh yeah, Pav, you'll love this. It's half champagne, half fruit juice. It'll be great, mate.
Oh, I thought you said harsh. No, do you know what it is? It's like. I know
it's delightful.
I know we don't.
It's fucking delightful.
It's delightful. Okay, look, Wade's really passionate about it. You know, like our VK drinking days are kind of over. Like, I think
I've never drank VKs.
Mate, we had a conversation where we talked about you drinking VKs. I swear.
No. I have had
for anyone who doesn't know, VKs are like WKDs, like kind of Alco.
Mate, everyone that listens to this podcast knows, unless they're American or
listeners
are American or Canadian, and they're Alco pops. Yeah. That's what they are.
Yeah. The only VK I've had is the blue one because it doesn't taste of anything, and we use it as a mix. This is how bad fucking drinking as a student is in like Birmingham. And most of the big student cities, I'd imagine, all do the same thing.
I don't know.
The only reason why anyone buys VK, unless you're like trying to get white girl wasted, is you buy like a vodka Red Bull and then you pour the VK in there to top up the glass. That is the only times it's acceptable.
No,
I think just popping VKs or like. Yeah, you would. I've seen you have a drink, Chris, so you maybe need to pace yourself like that.
Yeah.
Back to Bucks Fizz, mate. I'm telling you now, yeah, I was on Bucks Fizz all day, and I felt fine the next day, surprisingly, but my blood was most probably fizzing. That's how much Bucks Fizz I had.
Yeah.
It was delightful.
Yeah. Love a bit of Bucks Fizz.
I just drank single malt whiskey all day.
Yeah. And did you throw up at all, Pav?
I didn't actually, no.
That's one for the books. That's definitely a positive.
That's a plus because I'll be honest, my Christmas record recently hasn't been great.
There you go. I've never thrown up at Christmas from being drunk, thankfully.
No. That's only
did everyone's Christmas dinner go to plan? Did you all have what you said you was going to have?
Oh yeah, smacked out the park, mate. Had the beef on 12:30. It was done by 1:30. I was sitting at 2 munching. That's what, like I said, that's where I worked out. Many butters make stuff taste nicer.
Many butter makes the beef. Chris?
Yeah, if you listen to the Christmas episode, you would have heard that I was going to try some vegan pigs in blankets.
This is where I was going with it.
And do you know what? I sat down, lovely, you know, cracking on. I was sitting there and I was like, do you know what? These pizza plates, you know, they're really good. I was like, wow, I've done such a good job. I was like, the science in food, whatever you call it, you know, like I was like, wow, like this is really happening. And then I realised actually my mum had got me just normal
pigs in blankets.
And I was like, and it took me literally to like the end of the meal to realise I was like, oh, I'm just eating pigs in blankets. And I actually didn't. And by the time that had happened, all the vegan ones are gone. So I didn't even try one. I didn't even try one.
Fuck's
But I
sake.
tell you what though,
Chris
they
was
looked weird.
Chris was there.
I remember this.
Oh,
now.
did they?
Yeah.
What was that? Did they?
Yeah, like, they looked. like green and orange. I'll ask my mum and dad how they are, and I'll let you know next week. But yeah, they looked a bit weird, but I didn't have one, unfortunately, guys. Sorry. But my Christmas dinner was lovely, absolutely fantastic. It was delightful.
Did you go for your veg biryani and that?
Unfortunately, not. I wish it was vegetable biryani, but
no.
You know, I was hoping.
Yeah, it's just wrong.
It's kind of like so wrong. It's right.
I don't know. That's,
no.
That's disagreeable. But my
it's wrong like nonsense wrong.
I think that's a bit extreme.
That's one step too far. My Christmas dinner was
It's like you can't justify it.
No, was delicious, by the way. Thanks. It was really good. It was literally everything I said on the podcast and most probably more. Delicious. The breakfast, spot on. The Bucks Fizz was lovely. It was good. I really enjoyed my Christmas this year. And for anyone wondering, yes, Nike has got a sale on. I don't have a discount code because we gave them out for about 3 weeks.
Yeah, we were like is it honey.com?
Yeah.
What?
The little
Yeah.
You know about Honey,
course,
Chris.
yeah,
don't you?
yeah.
It's basically this like extension for your browser. And instead of you know when everyone goes on any website and they're like, oh, do you want to put a promo code in? And then you type in like X website promo codes and you try and search for them. Honey does it for you and automatically puts them in.
Fantastic. We were literally doing that for about 3 weeks straight with the Nike. I had 2 Nike codes, I think, an ASOS code.
2020 for 25% off.
Yeah, I know. God, if someone would just give us a sponsorship, fuck's sake.
I felt like we were working for JVC at that point. Remember the TV show? QVC.
Yeah.
QVC, that's the one.
This has got
JVC,
nothing
mate,
to
diggers.
Yeah, JVC is diggers.
JVC. I mean, we could have. JVC gummies, mate. Can't tell me you didn't have a pair of them.
No. What?
No. You did not have a pair of JVC. Mate, did you have a childhood?
JVC what?
Gummies, the little earphones.
No.
Nah.
And they were like more like Wade I could understand because like Walkman era. But like we were iPod Live. You never had a pair of JVC gummies, mate.
I'm
disappointed.
I think we could establish he definitely didn't have a pair.
They were like £6 headphones, but honestly and genuinely, probably the best £6 headphones that have ever been created in the history of ever. Like, not exaggerating.
Fair one. I might sell my AirPods then.
Buy a pair, mate. You won't be disappointed.
I actually, talking about QVC and like shopping channels, how fun is this? On Boxing Day, nothing to watch. I was bored of like everything that I knew I could watch. So when you just start flicking through TV, and I ended up on like one of the shopping channels, and this geezer was so passionate about selling this fucking mattress. Like, he literally was like, you got 90 days. If you don't like it, you can send it back. Sleep on it for 89 and then send it back. Like, all this shit. And I was thinking, fucking hell. And he's going, I'm not saying you're getting a bad sleep because your mattress ain't great, but well, that is what I'm saying. And I was just like, fucking hell, mate. Like, he used every selling tactic to that camera to sell this fucking mattress. By the end of it, I wanted to buy the mattress.
I was going to say, did you
Does
buy
anybody even...
No, I didn't. Fuck that.
Oh.
He wanted to, but then he was like, oh, yeah, bank account.
No,
It's not
I realised that like he's actually just talking shit and trying to sell me a mattress.
And you already have a mattress.
And I already have a mattress. But the show after, they were trying to sell some air fryers, and fucking hell, mate, that was next level sales pitch for them air fryers.
Were you getting close?
Was I getting close?
Yeah.
Yeah, to a point. I said, Mum, do we have an air fryer? And she went, yeah. And I was like, oh, fuck them. Don't need one.
Does anyone even watch, like, does anyone watch those shows anymore? I know you watched them because you literally had nothing else to do.
channel hopping, yeah.
And then you were just like, oh, this seems interesting. Like, I know you just watched it out of curiosity just to see what they would
I know
say.
this sounds weird, but I don't know if you'll vibe with this. I swear the only time I actually watch those channels are in hotels. So if you like stay in a hotel and you're like, you just obviously, because even if I don't really watch TV, but you're in a hotel, obviously you're going to put the TV on.
What?
And that is like the only channel that's really available.
No, it's not. They no,
no, it isn't.
No,
okay,
it's definitely not.
It
No,
isn't, but do you know what I mean? It's like one of the few channels that are available.
I'll be honest, if I can go into a hotel, first thing I'm doing is checking if there's a HDMI port into the TV, so I can plug my laptop in. That's number one.
I mean,
that's
the most Pavsaki thing I've ever heard, but yeah, go on.
Because I do genuinely travel with a 10 meter HDMI just in case.
Second, mate.
And then I'm either with someone or I'm alone, And either way, I'm getting off. Because let's be honest, there is almost nothing more exciting than having hotel room one.
Oh my God.
Let's be honest.
Fuck me.
Sorry, are you guys telling me you don't? Are you telling me you don't go to a hotel and think, oh, this would be a great place to knock one
And
out?
there we go. Pavasaki, everyone.
Oh, just me then? I actually spend a lot more time in hotels than you guys do.
Yeah, I normally only spend time in hotels for like holidays.
Wade, I'm done. I'm out.
And the few times I've like stayed in hotels for DJing. Not thought that.
You're not? Oh,
No,
just me.
I haven't come back from the gig and thought, oh, that was a really good gig. I think I'll knock one out now.
Obviously wasn't that good then, was it?
How we live such different lives, Pav. How we live such
You'd be so
different lives. So, realistically, this is actually the last podcast for 2020.
Yeah, 2020.
And the next podcast that you'll catch us in will be in 2021. What are your hopes, goals, thoughts for 2021 before we wrap this up? Because we've got a little bit of time. So, like, what do you want to get? Look, I think as a podcast and collectively as humanity, we all want COVID to go away. So, bar stuff like that. I'm talking like personal shit.
Well, good vibes.
Nice.
Loads of those. Hose, money, like
fucking hell.
Just
Hose and money's alright, but if Pav wants to knock one off in fucking Premier Inn,
well,
it's
that's
a problem,
disgusting,
innit?
mate.
Fucking get
That's
Lenny
disgusting.
Henry in.
I don't know why you could even say that on a podcast.
How can you even say? Are you telling me you don't wank? Sorry, I'm not. I was gonna leave it alone. Are you telling me
We're
don't
going to leave
wank?
this alone because this is a podcast and we're a serious music podcast that talk about serious music topics.
That's
Yeah.
it, yes.
So
And-
just remember where you are, Pav. All right.
Yeah. And like Chris said, he wants hose. Does that mean more hose? Most probably.
Well, no, because I'm taking up gardening
Yeah.
next year, so I need hose for the garden.
Oh,
so
you got in there before I did.
Got to start new hobbies and stuff in 2021.
That is the most white middle class joke I ever heard.
Yeah, combine harvester.
So yeah, that's it. That's my plans for 2021.
So, hose and money.
Yeah.
So you don't want your music production to go anywhere?
Well, that's hopefully part of the money part.
Oh, it
He wasn't like, yeah, guys, you know what I'm gonna do? Actually, fuck the music production. I'm gonna go rob a Lloyd's.
Yeah.
Could do. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll tell you my sort of hopes for 2021 because yous are fucking this right up.
I mean, I haven't even said mine, but okay.
Nah, but I can only
Pav.
imagine, Pav. I can only imagine.
I dread to think.
One is to grow this lovely podcast that we do
Oh,
because I think it is a
Cute.
really good thing.
I'm welling up, mate.
And no, we've got good chemistry, all three of us, and we get good listeners. And I generally think it's something that could take off, bar whether I'm DJing or not, because of what's happening. So that is one, is to grow this podcast and keep making it more successful and more sort of accessible to people. Two, I plan on spending a whole year practicing for Red Bull Freestyle. To hope
Are you actually gonna do it this year?
I won't
Or next year?
just to
I
jump
won't.
in, to anyone listening who doesn't know what Red Bull 3 style is, it is like a DJ competition for turntablists, for scratch DJing.
It's not really turntablists anymore. You
Nah,
know?
it's not. Nah.
Red Bull Freestyles has like really like gone away from the DMC thing.
Yeah.
It's very much like you need to be able, apparently, who was I listening
Anyway, if
to?
you're listening,
I was just,
YouTube it because it's a good watch.
Yeah.
And you'll
I
get
was
what we're
listening
talking
to someone. I think it was on Talk Over Pod. Someone was talking. I think it might have been. What's his name? Guy that won it. Puffy.
Oh, Puffy. Yeah.
Puffy was talking about it, and he was like, turntablism and scratching. It's like 2% of your overall mark.
Okay, well, maybe I won't enter that.
It's mad.
No,
No, but it's all about vibes, like
look,
amount of music and stuff like that.
I
But
plan on.
I think you'd be great for it.
Thank you. I plan on spending a whole year practicing to enter, hopefully, for 2022's Red Bull Freestyle or DMC or Gold. They don't do Goldie Awards over here. Some DJ competition on some big scale. Hopefully, I'd just make top 3 would be great. But, if I won it, that'd be even better. But who knows?
Always aim
but
for the top spot, mate. And I thought we were
Always aim for the top.
going for 2021. I mean, I'm carrying your bags, right?
You are carrying my bags. The reason we're not going for 2021 is because of the uncertainty of how it will be done.
Yeah, because the 2020 finals haven't happened yet.
Yeah.
No, fair one.
So I'm aiming for 2022, and it gives me a whole year to practice,
Refine
to
your
put together
skills.
some stuff. Exactly that. Just to get some more, just to stay healthy. That would be great. I want to get back in the gym and sort of, get back into a good, healthy state of mind and body and all that stuff. Yeah, that's basically my goals for 2021. Grow this podcast, practice for Red Bull 3 style, and get back into my health.
Love that. That's good goals
yeah.
for 2021. I'm probably going to take a leaf out of your book. They sound good to me. So now we've established there some great goals have for 2021. On we go to Pav. Let's see what you're going to do in 21. Pav, go on. Hit us with the worst. God, and just please try and just keep it as PG as possible.
Hang on, before you start.
Said the guy who said he wanted hoes.
For my gardening.
Yeah. Before you start, Pav, I will put a disclaimer out. Pav's thoughts and opinions are Pav's own.
Mm-hmm.
They do not reflect the No Drinks in the Booth podcast, nor they reflect Chris Watson or myself, Wade Kadir.
Yeah.
Pav, bring it home.
Well, you guys have really built this up. Actually, I don't do New Year's resolutions or any of that kind of shit because I think it's all bollocks.
Oh, okay. Well, that fucks that segment up.
But I'm just gonna hit the gym, and just live life, man. I'm just here to be happy. If I'm happy, I'm not really that fussed. I don't do. If I'm not happy with stuff, I just don't do stuff. I'll just stop doing it, and if I am, then I'll carry on.
That is
just so much easier.
That's great.
What has happened?
That is great.
What a great thing. Wow.
I've been thinking about starting a fan channel though.
Oh, here we
because,
go.
Obviously,
you what?
Sorry. Whoa.
Here we go. That was so
not that kind
nice.
of fan.
That was so
not
lovely,
that kind of
Pat,
fan.
what you just said. And now, go on then.
I meant like a football thing.
All right.
But okay, so I was not going to sell nudes.
That's
not happening.
This year really has been the year of TikTok and OnlyFans, ain't it?
Yo, OnlyFans, people have been making peas on that, man. It's crazy.
Mental. Shout out to the OnlyFans.
They do need to pay their taxes though, because they don't pay any tax.
Do you know
They pay
what?
actual zero tax.
I have mad respect for people that can do stuff like OnlyFans, because on the outside it's obviously just selling nudes or videos or whatever the fuck it is, but you got to have some next level confidence to do shit like that.
Or you want the check.
Yeah, but you still got to have
if I asked you,
you still got to have
if I
mad
said,
confidence to get that check.
If I said to you, Wade, what are your aspirations for 2020? You said something like, I don't know, hoes and money. I'd think, OnlyFans is probably great for you.
I do think as well, actually, similar to what you're saying, Wade, and in fairness, it's the actual commitment it requires, because it's not just sending a couple of photos, once every couple of months to your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Obviously, it's a completely different thing. It's you have to. I know it sounds crazy, but the commitment to fitness. I don't know if I'm reading too much into it.
No, but
you have to be able to be good at it as well.
And it's about getting I'm not even joking. How hard is it for us three trying to record a podcast with right lighting and X, Y, and Z? Trying to take good photos is not as easy as what people just think. Getting a really good photo, regardless of whether it's an OnlyFans photo or not, you do need good lighting, good camera,
shoot days and stuff.
It's an actual commitment. So mad respect to people that do OnlyFans. Mad respect.
Yeah. And if you guys want to send us a discount code, there is an email in the description.
That is literally just for Pav.
Yeah, we'll put Pav's email in the description.
Nah, one of you two is gonna have a peek. Let's be honest.
Your email is going to be in the description.
Yeah.
And if
I mean, we do have an email,
a joint email,
a collective email for this,
which is the one that it will get sent to, and Pav will be the one that looks at it. And
yeah, I do mostly check the emails. I say mostly check the emails. None of us check the emails because we're 130 emails, and normally with stuff like this, you're oh yeah, I'll delete them as I go along. And no one's done any of them. I deleted is empty, bro.
We have mad sponsorships in that email.
Yeah, we've just not opened them.
And we've just not opened them. All we do is moan about how can we get a sponsor, someone sponsor us. We've got about 10 in there.
There you go.
They're out here.
Maybe we should check that. Maybe that's a resolution for 2021.
You know what I do? Every sort of 3-4 weeks, I'm I wonder if anyone's checked the email, and then I'll do it. I might just log into it on my phone, and that might just make life a lot easier.
Yeah. Oh fucking hell, we should all do that. Really. Look, I really hope, and I don't know about yous. 2021, let's hope it's a better year because 2020 sucked for most of us. The one thing I'd say about 2020, which I actually enjoyed, was I had more time with my family, which I don't get much of because of I'm working. And then when I'm not working, I'm asleep because it's obviously night times. I had more time with my family. I had a fantastic summer, surprisingly, because we had really good weather.
How about that? And that small window where the pubs were open and it was still summer was like elite.
There you go.
That was good, actually.
I had some great dinners with people. I had some really great sort of brainstorming sessions with people. Like I had just had some bear in mind I say how little creativity I had this year. When I did have creativity, it was great. Look, this year sucked, but hopefully 2021 can be a lot better. We can all get back to doing what we love and socialising.
I'm buzzing for summer 2021 already. I love summer, and I'm just
same.
buzzing for summer 2020 already, whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
If there's like festivals and stuff going on, that's going to be crazy, but that's yet to be seen, I think. But just generally, anyway, summer 2021, buzzing.
Yeah, I just want it to be like 15 degrees and I'm still in shorts because it's sunny outside and I'm having a pint. Like, that's basically the goal.
Yeah, I just want it to be as hot as possible.
Oh, God, I just want to be able to book Disney World again. So,
I love Disney.
Oh, yeah, shout out to Disney.
Pav,
if they want to give us a sponsorship.
Pav, what are your thoughts on Disney?
Huh? Well, I mean, I've been there a few times.
Yeah, I feel like I'm missing out on this massive thing that everyone loves. I know a lot about it now because Wade walked me through the whole thing.
I did,
night.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like this is a massive thing that I've just missed out on. I've been to Disneyland Paris, but not Disney.
No, that's nothing.
No.
Pav, what?
It's tame.
What Disney did you go to?
I've been to. There's like 2 or 3 in Florida, isn't there?
There's Disney World in Florida, so yeah, you'd gone to Disney World.
But there's like 2 or 3 different bases in there as well, isn't there?
There's 4 parks, yeah.
Yeah. So I've, over the years, I've been to all 4 at some point.
Oh, so you went to the Florida one, yeah?
Yeah,
that's the one I go to, Cole.
I have been.
Which is, for anyone listening, just a really
twice actually.
Really fun fact: the Walt Disney World complex in Orlando, Florida, is the size of Greater Manchester. Just to give you,
it's actually fucked.
It's huge. They have their own police and fire department and hospital and all that.
I also saw in a video the other day. There's a no-fly zone over the top of it, like imposed by the US government, which is just jokes.
Over the whole of the Walt Disney World complex.
Do you guys want to hear a fun fact about Disney World?
Yeah, of course. Why not?
There is not a single real American flag at Disney World. Every single flag is fake. Every single flag is fake.
Bar one.
They don't have the same. They don't have the right number of stars on there.
No.
Because the amount of American flags they have there, they would have to lower each one every night if it had 50 stars on there.
Yep.
So they just make them with like 49.
Yeah,
wow.
That's true.
A cool fact.
So they don't have to do it, and like 2 less stripes or something.
Yeah.
There's only.
Mad.
Mate, there's one real flag which I think they put up and lower for Veterans Day or something like that.
Yeah, which is like the kind of thing you should do. Be like, okay, well, we've got like 1,000 US flags here, but we'll just make one real, so like we don't have to do the rest of the work.
Yeah,
because that would take a long time, and that would be a lot of labour cost.
Yeah, look, Walt Disney World is mad. Obviously, people know my love for Walt Disney and everything Disney related. I think that's a good time to wrap up the podcast. We're sort of just under time, which is most probably good. So we've not got a long one. So let's wrap it up. Anyone want any last words for our last podcast of 2020?
Maybe have a great Christmas and a great New Year. No drinks in the booth. Wow. Let's have it.
Pav, anything you want to say?
Nah, we'll call it quits there, mate. I'm good.
Okay, just to recap our big track of the year special. My track of the year was the brothers Maklovich featuring Lev and Kelly. Give Love to Get Some. Pav's was AJ Tracy and Mabel West 10. And Chris's was SG Lewis and Lucky Day Feed the Fire. That's our track of the year special. As always, you can listen to our podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Leave us 5-star reviews, please. We'd really appreciate it. The YouTube channel, No Drinks in the Booth. Make sure you check out the Spotify No Drinks in the Booth playlist. It's got all the tracks we talk about over every podcast. Make sure you watch the YouTube playlist for all the videos. That is it from me, Chris and Pav, for 2020. See you in 2021. Peace.